Module 2, Time Management. Do I have your attention? In this module, it is going to do exactly what it says. We're going to focus on managing your time as a college student. For some of you, this may be a huge transitional period. So you may have gone from high school to a college classroom, or you may have gone from high school to working for a few years and now back in a college classroom. But either way, managing your time is going to be really essential and crucial to your success as a college student. So today I want to share with you a little bit about my story and how I struggle with time management. I'm not going to go over everything that's in the module because you guys are reading that. And if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. However, there are 5 areas of time management that totally lacked in my life and that I did not apply. So setting goals, prioritizing, managing interruptions, procrastination, and scheduling. These are the 5 areas that I just kind of want to hit on briefly. So when I went to college, let me say, first I graduated from a high school in North Carolina, a small town in North Carolina. And my graduating class only had about 150 students. And I guess I would consider myself a big fish in a little pond at that time because studying came very easily for me. I had A's and B's in school, and I didn't really feel like I had to apply myself, even though I was doing the work. And so then when I got to college, it was a different story for me. My institution, which was UNC Charlotte, had about 10,000 students at that time, which today doesn't sound like a lot, but it was a lot of students for me. And so I went in there thinking things were going to be similar to high school, and I was no longer in Kansas, Dorothy. I had a rude awakening. And so what I realized was that I did not know how to do college. I don't know if that makes sense, but I didn't know how to do college. And so I went in there, I was no longer that big fish in a little pond. I was now a little guppy in a big ocean of all these other intellectual minds and highly academic people. And so I was intimidated by that, and I let that intimidation get in the way. And so I'm taking these classes. I hadn't declared a major. I'm taking these classes, and I really didn't know what I wanted to do. And so I changed my major like 3 times, maybe 4. I can't remember. But I couldn't commit to a subject because I was struggling academically in all of the major areas that I was trying to, explore. And so I didn't even have a clear goal set in terms of what I wanted to major in. And really what I should have done was just taken general ed classes the first 2 years and then worry about the major at the end of my sophomore year. So I didn't do that. But then I made the mistake. Well, it wasn't a mistake, but I pledged a sorority. And that then became my priority and not my academics. And so I could tell you where every party was on campus. I could tell you about all the social happenings on campus, but I couldn't pass my exams. I couldn't pass tests, and I barely was doing the homework. And so I remember my roommates asking me, like when we were all studying or cramming for a test, they'd say, are you ready for the test? Are you ready? And I was like, no. And y'all, this was around probably midnight. And I'm not a night person by any means. And so I felt like if I didn't know it by midnight, guess what? I wasn't going to know it. And I wasn't going to apply myself anymore. And that was it. I was going to sleep. And so I went to bed not knowing the material. And I woke up not knowing the material. And I just thought something, while taking the exam, something would click for me. And it would trigger my memory somehow, but that's wishful thinking, and that never happened. And so I struggled all through college, and my friends were never a distraction. I was the distraction. I didn't set goals. I didn't prioritize my time, and I had a lot of downtime. And so I remember those first 2 or 3 years of college, I would schedule all my classes around my soap operas. And if you know anything about that, if y'all know what soap operas are. And so I used to schedule all of my classes around those. And so between the hours of 12 p.m. and 4 p.m. Monday through Friday, no classes for me. I watched soap operas, laid on my bed, watched soap operas, and snacked. so again, it was just a poor use of my time, a waste of time. Didn't go to the library, didn't ask my professors for help. And, and then I would procrastinate sometimes. Like I would do, I can't even say I did the homework, but I procrastinated in doing the homework. And the only person that was hurt by that or suffered was me. Because I didn't put in the quality work, I didn't put in the effort, and it showed in the grades that I received in the classes. And then scheduling for me was not a challenge, it was just something I didn't do. And so when I say scheduling, I mean keeping a written agenda of what I had to do, when I had to do it, when it was due, and all of that. Now, I should not have graduated college, y'all, because my GPA was so low. I wasn't on academic probation, but it was not a stellar GPA. And I will tell you, it was in the 2-point somethings. And so I was really disappointed with myself after I graduated, and I had vowed never to go back to school or anything like that. But then maybe 6 years after having graduated, I decided that I was wanted to pursue a graduate degree. But I didn't think academically I could do that. I was, I guess, haunted by my experience as an undergraduate student and how poorly I did academically. But this was also an opportunity for me to redeem myself. And so I applied for grad school, got into library school, and decided I'm never bringing home a C again. And when I went through the program, I actually ended up with all A's and 1 B in my classes. And I made sure that I was just managing my time better. And so I had learned from the experience in undergrad that I needed to make the most of my time. If I had too much downtime, that was trouble for me. So I had to make sure if I was on campus, go to the library when classes finished, make sure that I was asking my professors questions, make sure that I was reaching out to classmates to see if we could do group work together. And so that's what really, I think that experience in undergrad prepared me in a sense for the experience in grad school. So I did much better as a student. I'm proud to say I graduated with a very high GPA in grad school. Now, all of that to say, that just came from learning to manage time. Do I still have to apply those same principles with, setting goals, prioritizing, managing interruptions, procrastination, and scheduling? Yes, absolutely yes, and you will too. And so what this module is also what you'll be doing in this module is working through the sections, but you will have 2 assignments due. You'll have a discussion post due on our lovely friend Janine, who you'll be evaluating how she keeps up with her scheduling activities. And we'll have to talk about that later because Janine is something else. And then you will also be taking a quiz on time management. So I'm not gonna keep you. I'm gonna respect your time. I'm trying to keep these videos short. I'm gonna do better, I promise. But this module 2, time management.